Hi, this video is about adding an assignment to your courses. I'm going to come up here to the Add Materials section, and most of the work that you do in your courses, especially if it's something that you'll score or enter into the gradebook in some way, is probably done by adding an assignment. So I'm going to come down here to Add Assignment. There are some other choices, but we can cover those in a different video. I'm going to click on Add Assignment. And it's going to bring up this screen. So to create the assignment, what I need to do is give it a title or a name. So let's say today or tomorrow, I'm going to do this specialized cells lab. There we go. All right. And then I need to give it some kind of description, which could include instructions, resources, whatever the students need in order to complete the assignment. If there's a worksheet, I can attach it there. If there's a video they need to watch, whatever, it can go in this description box. So in this case, I actually have the instructions written out on a separate Google Doc. So I'm going to just, for under instructions, say complete the lab as shown in the doc below. There we go. And then it's really important to have some kind of information about how they actually submit the assignment. So if that's turning it into the basket or giving it to the teacher, or if it's submitted online or whatever, it should say that in the description. So I can say, show your lab notebook to the teacher. There we go. Then I need to add those instructions. So I come up here to insert content. And in this case, I have them written on a Google Doc. So go to my Google Drive. I'll type in specialized cells. Okay, there it is. I'll import that as an embed so that it shows the document. Okay, and there it is. So now I have just some basic information about what they need to do and how they submit the work, which is really important for students, parents, and especially our support staff at the school to understand, even if it's something you're just doing in class, if they have a little bit of information, they then can, figure out what needs to happen to support that student. So I come down here. This is not a Google Drive assignment. I'm not creating a template for the students. I will set a due date. In this case, I'm in a class that's second semester, so I'm going to set the due date for May 6th. Okay. My category, this is a lab, and it's in term 4. All right, that looks good. If I want to weight this assignment, I can factor it. So if I want to weight it as 2.0 or whatever, and then I'm going to choose some sort of assessment criteria. So when I click on this box that says scale rubric, or next to where it says scale rubric, you can see I can say, well, is this something I want to evaluate with a rubric of some sort? Is this something where I might use some kind of scale to give them an idea of where they are in relation to the standard? However I want to do it, but there should always be some kind of assessment criteria so that the gradebook isn't just displaying a number and there's really no context for what that number means. So I'm going to come down here. In this case, I have a rubric called lab question response. That's what I want. That's what I'm going to use. If I want to see what that rubric looks like, I can open it right here. Okay, that's the correct one. That looks good. If I want to make any changes, I can. And then I'm going to come down, and at the bottom, it says submissions enabled. And this is something they're going to show to me in their notebook, so I do not want the submissions enabled. It's really important to uncheck that box if you're not having the students submit the work digitally on Schoology, because even after you grade it, it will continue to show up as missing for them and overdue because they actually haven't submitted something and the assignment was set up to accept a submission. So I just click on that box. Now it says submissions disabled and it's grayed out. That's perfect. I'm not going to have them submitting it on Schoology. I click create, and now it will bring up the assignment. Here's what it looks like when I click into it. Okay, there's my just instructions and how to submit it. Here's the document that we're using in this case. There's the rubric that I'll use to assess them, so they have access to that. And I can now go and teach my class and work on that assignment. You'll see when the assignment is created, it automatically is put onto the calendar. So if I scroll ahead here to May, there it is, and I can access it, and students can as well from the calendar. I can go to it and then view the item right off the calendar. So if they look and see what's due tomorrow, they can access that. It's also in my grade book automatically. So if I come into my grade book, I'm looking at term 4. there's the assignment, the specialized cells lab. And when I come down to the students, that rubric is right there embedded within it. So if I'm going through those notebooks and doing the scoring, I can just click on the rubric, choose whatever they got, hit save, and then if I want to add some kind of comment to the gradebook, I can as well. There we go. Okay, so that's the basics of adding an assignment, and if you have questions, please let me know.